Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is an absolutely phenomenal day to dive into the latest Genoa City drama. Grab your snacks, hydrate, and settle in, because we have a massive amount of ground to cover, and the tea is piping hot. My jaw is literally on the floor right now. I am shaking, I am unwell, and I need a solid moment to process the absolute trauma that the young and the restless just dropped on our heads. Besties, we need to hold a literal intervention right now. Victoria Newman is completely breaking down, and I am right there in the trenches with her. The writers didn't just cross the line, they absolutely obliterated it. We all knew Victoria was about to uncover some deeply heartbreaking news this week, but Nikki Newman having a literal brain tumor, I am actually ascending into the stratosphere, because what even is this timeline? We are witnessing the utter collapse of the Newman matriarchy in real time, and I am simply not emotionally equipped to handle this level of devastation. Then, as if finding out her beloved mother is fighting a terrifying, life-threatening illness isn't enough to completely shatter her reality, Victoria walks in and catches Nick, her brother, her rock, the golden boy of the Newman family, literally popping fentanyl pills. Are you kidding me right now? The sheer cinematic tragedy of this moment has me screaming into the mic. Victoria is carrying the heaviest, most soul-crushing secret about Nikki's brain tumor, desperately needing her brother's support, and instead, she finds him completely strung out, actively relapsing, and lying straight to her face. I am low-key losing my mind over the absolute cruelty of this timing. It is pure, unadulterated chaos, and no cap. Victoria is carrying the entire franchise on her back right now. Mainly, let's deep dive into Victoria's psychology for a second, because my girl is going through it in the worst way possible. She has always been the steel spine of the Newman family, the one who cleans up the corporate and personal messes, but this is a completely different beast. She corners Nick, tears streaming down her face, fully shattered by the brain tumor revelation, and demands the absolute truth about his sobriety. And what does Nick do? He tries to gaslight her! He tries to claim he has everything under control because he's trying to stay sharp for whatever unhinged mission he's running for Matt Clark. I just want to reach through the screen and shake him. Victoria is standing there, watching her mother face a terminal diagnosis and her brother spiral into a lethal addiction simultaneously. The emotional whiplash is legitimately taking me out. Hot take, but I am actually ascending when I think about how this ties into the current Victor and Nikki drama. Nikki is currently furious with Victor over his ruthless yacht takeover plot. She is exhausted, she is done with his toxic business machinations, and all the while she is harboring this catastrophic health crisis. Does Victor even know the full extent of it yet? Michael Baldwin is out here day drinking at the GCAC, trying to defend Victor's erratic behavior to Nikki, claiming his recent losses have affected him. But Nikki is not having it. She is standing her ground, probably because when you are facing a literal brain tumor, you don't have the energy to deal with your husband's petty corporate warfare. The irony of Victor fighting for a yacht while his wife is fighting for her life is making my blood boil. Wait, story time real quick. Remember back in the day when the Newmans would face a massive crisis and they would instantly circle the wagons? Like that time Victor faked his death? Or when tragedy struck Cassie? The family dynamic used to be so airtight when real life and death stakes were on the table. But now, they are completely fractured. Victor is scheming, Nick is drowning in fentanyl, Adam is playing detective, and Victoria is left holding the bag. It's like the writers looked at their rich history and decided to just nuke the entire family tree for shock value. Wait, I'm literally yapping right now. Let me get back to the actual tea before I spiral completely out of control. So, Victoria is basically forced to play God with her family's dynamic. She knows Nick is on the brink of death with this fentanyl addiction, and she knows Nikki's health is a ticking time bomb. So what does our queen do? She pushes Victor and Nikki to temporarily bury the hatchet for the sake of Nick's intervention. The May 21st and 22nd episodes are going to be a literal bloodbath of emotions. Victor and Nikki setting aside their massive marital issues to present a united front for Nick, while the dark cloud of Nikki's brain tumor hangs over the entire room. Is it just me, or did they completely fumble the bag on giving us a moment to breathe? It's just trauma on top of trauma, and I am physically exhausted just watching it. And we absolutely cannot ignore the Jack Abbott of it all. Jack is currently at Society, comforting Nikki, offering to be Nick's official sponsor, and low-key manipulating the situation by embellishing Victor's misdeeds. Jack even admitted to Kyle that he added some extra flavor to make Victor look worse. But besties, imagine the absolute guilt Jack is going to feel when he realizes the woman he is manipulating into leaving her husband is battling a brain tumor. Jack is going to spontaneously combust from the remorse. He thinks he's playing 4D chess against Victor, but he's actually just stressing out a severely ill woman. Plus, he's got Patty Williams sending him creepy bouquets and stalking him from the shadows. The mess is truly astronomical. Yet, amidst all this corporate and romantic warfare, the core tragedy remains Nick and Victoria. Nick is so deeply compromised by his addiction that he can't even function without the drugs. He bought more fentanyl just to deal with the Matt Clark situation. Adam tried to interrogate him, and Adam, the literal black sheep of the family, was the only one who saw through Nick's lies initially. But Victoria catching him red-handed is the ultimate catalyst. I am literally shaking thinking about the moment Nikki, with her own failing health, has to look her son in the eye and deliver the most brutal, tough love of her life. Nikki is a recovering addict herself, and she is not playing games even while facing her own mortality. The intervention on May 22 is going to break the internet. No cap. Nikki is flat out rejecting Nick's pathetic outpatient treatment plan. She is demanding he go into a 24/7 inpatient rehab facility, and she is absolutely right. But the underlying devastation is that Nikki is fighting for Nick's life while quietly losing her own to this brain tumor. The emotional stakes have never been higher in Genoa City. Victoria is watching her parents unite, knowing that this might be one of the last times they stand together before Nikki's illness completely takes over. It is a cinematic masterpiece of misery, and I am devouring every single second of it while simultaneously needing a therapist to cope. Totally, this is the kind of storyline that separates the casuals from the day one stands. We are witnessing legacy characters being pushed to their absolute breaking points. Will Nick survive rehab? Will Victor finally find out about the brain tumor and drop his petty vendettas? Will Victoria finally just snap and take over the entire town because she is the only one with a functioning moral compass right now? Besties, sound off in the comments because I am low-key spiraling, and I need to trauma dump this entire experience onto the squad who actually gets the vision. We are in for a wild ride, and my bloodshot eyes will be glued to the screen for every single tear-jerking minute.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.